Done, he won, it's time to get to work. These are the top 10 things Democrats need to do ASAP. Democrats need to immediately pass President Biden's stimulus package, also known as the American Rescue and Recovery Plans. These include various important measures to help combat both COVID-19 and its recession, providing hope and relief to weary Americans, while tying Democratic leadership to the recovery and fostering party unity amongst the base, vindicating their support and votes for the Democratic Party. The number one goal Democrats need to have for the 117th Congress is the expansion of voting rights. Fortunately, they already have two great bills just for that. H.R. 1, the For the People Act, and H.R. 4, the Voting Rights Advancement Act. I cannot emphasize the importance of these two bills. They have every major voting rights proposal you can think of. It's actually easier for me to go over the reforms not included. These two bills do not enact proportional representation, increase the size of the House or Senate, make Election Day a holiday, enfranchise imprisoned felons, 16 and 17-year-olds or non-citizens, abolish the Electoral College, or enact any other amendments. Otherwise, if it's a voting rights reform, it's probably in there. Automatic voter registration? Yep. Restoring the Voting Rights Act? Yep. Paper ballots and risk-limiting audits? Yep. Independent redistricting commissions, universal vote by mail, small dollar donation matching, yep, and yep. These bills will destroy modern voter suppression, ending gerrymandering, racial disenfranchisement, and the domination of big money PACs, making it easier for Democrats to keep the House and Senate in 2022. I mean, you heard the GOP. When more people vote, they lose. President Biden has put forward a cabinet of effective progressive secretaries, for the most part. Putting them into their official roles as quickly as possible will not only allow them to begin undoing the damage of the Trump administration, but to begin laying the groundwork for long-term progressive goals. They can also begin to immediately provide relief to the American people, with a freeze on student loan debt repayment, a rent and eviction moratorium, and hunting down white nationalists. It's time to add new stars to the flag, and no two places deserve it more than Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. Both faced horrible catastrophes during the Trump administration and received no relief. In spite of this, both voted multiple times to join the United States. Their slate of 4 new Democratic senators will also provide the Democrats with a necessary bulwark against potential Republican takeover of the Senate in 2022 and 2024, giving the Democrats the wiggle room they need to pass their agenda, potentially even eliminating the filibuster for all legislation. With Joe Manchin signaling his support for the matter, there is no reason for Democrats not to admit these two territories to the Union. Mitch McConnell's pet project during the past 4 years was packing the courts with as many conservative judges as he could find, including 3 on the Supreme Court. Democrats must push back hard, vetting as many judges as they can in 2 years, aiming to fill every vacancy left. While expanding the courts may be out of the question with their
around conservative women,
Senate,
you're going to shatter
a way
that
they
barrier.
can push back against further
I have
conservative
never been more
dominance
proud
of
of
the
a
Supreme
nominee
Court,
than I.
replacing Justice Breyer. The oldest liberal member of the court, he should resign and be replaced ASAP, protecting the remaining liberal seats on the Supreme Court from replacement for at least 20 years. COVID-19 has brought the flaws in the U.S. healthcare system to the forefront, and Democrats can earn some serious goodwill by starting to patch them. Biden's public option plan does just that. It provides free healthcare to everyone below 130% of the poverty line, and allows everyone to buy into a new public option plan which covers all basic medical costs at a lower rate. Furthermore, Democrats can move forward on universal healthcare by granting states such as California and Vermont waivers on healthcare funds, allowing them to use them to create their own single-payer systems, bringing the dream of true universal healthcare that much closer. This one had to be on the list. Forgiving student loan debt and eliminating the student loan bubble are necessary to prevent a second recession, and can also get us out of the one we're currently in. Every dollar forgiven becomes a de facto stimulus to the American economy, freeing up millennials and Gen Z to enter the property market and have children of their own, 2 things which can stabilize and grow the economy, while also opening up the door to further discussion of college for all. If you haven't figured this out, this early agenda is about 2 things: securing Democratic control of Congress through 2024, and appeasing the base. This one fits strongly in both categories. Legal weed has become a rallying cry for Democrats and is widely supported by the broader American populace, providing both a new source of taxable income and functioning as a spearhead for ending the war on drugs and beginning serious criminal justice reform. It's time to take away the GOP's favorite toy, bringing the entire US government to a halt. While it rarely gets them what they want, it does do two of their favorite things, taking away benefits from poor people and making the government look bad. By simply requiring the US government to use the previous year's budget if Congress doesn't pass a new one, we can eliminate the budget battle chicanery and ensure we can move forward without hindrance. This is the #1 issue for Democratic voters. This will not only reward the base, but keep them alive too. There are dozens of small bills and executive actions which can be used to make the US climate neutral by 2035. I could spend hours going over all the ways things can improve and why they need to, but if you're watching this, you probably already know the importance and necessity of this final point. So I'll save you the repeat. Well, that's all I wrote. If you liked the video, feel free to drop a like and a comment down below, and click the subscribe button and the notification bell to be alerted when new content is released. If you want to hear more from me outside of YouTube, I have Twitter, @OneManThinkTan1, the Roman numeral, link in the description below, along with all the sources I used for this video. And, as always, and most importantly, have a wonderful day.